Happy Saturday night and happy Rowdy Raider hockey game day. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston here for night number 2 of Rowdy Raider hockey here at the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee. Ready for the second matchup in this 2-game series between MTSU Blue Raiders and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Grant, how are you feeling going into night 2, man?
I'm doing well, Noah. Excited to be on the camera tonight and looking forward to some more Rowdy Raider hockey.
Absolutely, and we've got a good one in store for you tonight as the Blue Raiders will be looking to mount a comeback in this series and even it out 1 game apiece as they were on the short end of the hockey stick last night, falling short in a 4-8 defeat where really, Grant, they lost that game in the final 10 minutes of the third period. I mean, what happened last night?
So we started off pretty slow. The Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech got ahead when we fell behind due to some penalties early, and then we got into the third and we had a 5-minute major that led to a scoring spree from Georgia Tech, and that just gave them the 4-point lead that you mentioned earlier that ended up losing the game for the Raiders.
Absolutely. Penalties were a struggle, but what wasn't a struggle last night was Clay Stalzer. He had a heck of a night coming out, putting up 2 goals in his first game here back in this season, and another bright spot for the Blue Raiders, getting team captain Jackson Taylor back in uniform, and what a great night for him it was. He, after talking to him after the game, he said that his leg has never felt better, and coming off of that serious injury that was season ending for him in FIU last year, fantastic to hear that he's back to full strength and he is back to being one of the alternate captains for the MTSU Blue Raider squad. Last night also Palmer and Settle were able to add tallies for the Blue Raiders last night as well. And then on the other end, well, we're getting ready to start the lineups here, and as you can see, they got the national anthem getting ready to go as they're setting the lineups here for MTSU and the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. As they are calling the lineups out right down there, we'll give them to you as well. We've got Matthew Siciliano at the center spot. At the wingers, we have Lyndon Palmer and Clay Salter, who we were already talking about earlier for MTSU. At the defenseman spot, we've got Jackson Rathert, Brody Ruffing, and then in goal tonight for the Blue Raiders, as you'll see in just a moment, Ethan Roy, one of the big, bad Blue Raider goalies for MTSU this year. And there's the man himself. And as we get ready to switch gears over to the Georgia Tech lineup and the starters for tonight, here we go. In center, we've got Ethan Molnaire. At the wingers, we've got Andrew Dubé and Alexander Dubé, and Andrew Bauer. At the defensemen, we have Earl Gretzinger and Matthew Shakula. And then in goal tonight, Colin Fessler. Yellow Jackets clear the ice after the national anthem presentation, as we are just minutes away, actually just a minute away, it looks like, from Rowdy Raider hockey on Saturday night here at Ford Ice Center. So excited to get started to see what these guys are going to bring to the table. Grant, what are some keys for you for the Blue Raiders tonight as we get started into Game 2?
I think first and foremost, they just have to be cleaner. I mean, last night is your first game of the season. You've gotten your skates under you now. Let's clean up the penalties. Let's play a little bit more physical. Let's execute those opportunities in the offensive zone. Quit turning the puck over. You get it.
Absolutely. I think last night was a battle that happened in 3 different stages last night. You had the show and tell in the first period where you walked away with a 3-3 score. You had some offensive fireworks. You had some defensive fireworks. A lot of big hits. A lot of chippiness going on.
Rathhurt Siciliano. Rathhurt Siciliano.
We got to see some more discipline from the Blue Raiders tonight. In the second period, the second act of the show, we kind of saw them all settling down. We saw everybody starting to settle down. Not as many goals. They literally cut that goal total in half. And then in the third period, it was a yellow jacket swarm is what I'd like to say it was, as they were very sneaky about sneaking up on the Blue Raiders and taking over that game in the final few minutes as we are getting started here in Antioch. As MTSU takes possession in the defensive end and gets settled in along the boards here on the near side. And MTSU going into the offensive zone for the first time tonight. What a move by number 27 as he gets a shot on goal, and it is blocked by Colin Fessler.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Rathford wants to talk about character. Really wanting to change that last 10 minutes of the third period.
And the shot on goal was saved by Fessler, and MTSU sets up in the offensive zone once again.
Had some weak skates towards the end.
Behind the goal and out in front now. Big hit there, big collision between Georgia Tech and MTSU will resettle inside the neutral zone. Across the midway point, pass is misfired, and Vanderbilt is on the strike. They got 2-on-1 coming in, breakaway. Shot is on goal, but saved.
Georgia Tech. Out of play.
Out of play with a stoppage, and we'll have a face-off for the first time in Georgia Tech territory.
Let me tell you, Noah, those blue jerseys certainly do pop off the ice, don't they?
They absolutely do. Makes our job very easy keeping track of them. And it's going to be a race down to the red line, and the goaltender's hand goes up, and it will be icing in favor of Georgia Tech, and we'll go back down to the Georgia Tech side of the ice for another face-off. MTSU playing aggressive early, trying to get it out of that Georgia Tech zone and into their own offensive zone. And another win by the Blue Raiders as they are just about clear. And no, Georgia Tech sends it back into the zone, and they're going to reset at the top of the key here. Out in front, big save there. What a save right out in front, just inches, and it was enough.
Huge save from Ethan Roy.
Still on the strike, though, and another save by Ethan Roy. Multiple saves here. Georgia Tech, a lot of offensive firepower early in this one.
Yeah, you never love to see when you have a lot of offensive players up getting close to that blue circle for those deflections, but Ethan Roy was able to handle that one.
And just like that, Georgia Tech gets 3 shots on goal within a matter of seconds. And here comes another one blocked by the defender. And they're going to clear the zone here out into the neutral zone, and Georgia Tech, though, right back in possession. Cleared to the zone again and ended the neutral zone. Roy having to make a save from a shot from the neutral zone. A battle behind the net. Out in front, Roy covers. Nope, still loose.
Georgia Tech must feel that they have something here with all this pressure early.
They absolutely do. Big collision along the boards on the near side. Roy with the save. Georgia Tech doing a really great job of establishing themselves and keeping that offensive presence. Again, if they're not getting shots on goal, their passes are on target, and their defenders are back and keeping clear as MTSU tries to clear the zone. Another save by Roy. Roy playing some of his best hockey right now as he has to make two more saves in just that 10-second spot alone.
Yeah, life is not easy for number 15 Ethan Rathert and the rest of those defensemen right now.
MTSU trying to get it clear, and finally they do. Again, it'll be another race to see, and MTSU is going to win the race, and finally they are down inside their offensive zone. Along the boards looking for a shot, and it goes off the post. Bouncing back in a battle along the boards here on the near side. Big hit there from the Georgia Tech defender. And Georgia Tech back on, and they have numbers for a minute, it looked like. 3-on-3. Shot from the top of the key coming. It's blocked. Again, as you can see, that shot just goes wide of the net there for Georgia Tech. Blue Raiders, what a pass there. Back and forth, they got a 2-on-1 breakaway. And that's going to miss the net entirely. Great chance there for MTSU. And here they come again.
Got a line change, Noah.
They enter into the offensive zone. They got fresh legs out there.
Clay Stalzer now on the ice.
And if MTSU is going to look for offensive firepower, that's who it's going to be through, especially early on in this game.
Lyndon Palmer also entering the game on that change.
Stalzer on his way down. Two defenders back. And that shot is going to go out of play. And we'll reset here in Georgia Tech territory. A lot of back and forth, so MTSU getting their first few shots on goal in this one. Now that shots on goal total is 3-7 in favor of Georgia Tech. A lot of great opportunities early in this one. Huge breakaway early for the Blue Raiders as they try and recover here on the defensive end. Georgia Tech, again, on those passes, right on the money, right where they need to be.
That one will be ruled out of play by this line judge on the near side.
A stoppage of play, and once again, MTSU finds themselves in the face-off circle inside Georgia Tech territory. Georgia Tech comes away with this one, battling behind the net now. They're going to keep it in the zone. They center it, and he falls down onto his knees, unable to get the shot away. Big chance, though, there for the Yellow Jackets. Big hit along the boards. Dribbled shot. MTSU 2-on-2 now.
Got Palmer and Stalzer
Palmer
up in
and
the offensive
Stalzer. Banis and Stalzer down here on center ice in the neutral zone. Shot rocket. And back into the zone for Georgia Tech. MTSU on their way down the ice now. Big hit along the boards down behind the Georgia Tech goal. MTSU starting to put on some pressure now. Thomas has it. He's going to clear it down the ice.
Continued pressure from Albanese.
Unable to handle the pass there at center ice. Deflected pass, almost set up a huge offensive opportunity. MTSU back at center ice with possession. Circling behind the net, looking for the wraparound. It's not there. He clears it back to the other side. Possession staying in favor of the Blue Raiders. They're starting to settle down. Tries to center it out in front, looking to get a shot. Battle between the sticks there. MTSU has 2 defenders back, but they're coming with speed. Here come the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be 4-on-2. Unable to handle it there, unable to get a shot away. Georgia Tech has to retreat to the neutral zone, and they'll try again.
Great kill by the Raiders there, Noah.
And that's going to be offsides, as Georgia Tech was unable to get back onside before clearing the blue line. We'll come out to the neutral zone to set up here. Momentum swinging early on. MTSU, it's not showing on the shots battle necessarily, but MTSU starting to get its feet under it as they get some more time on possession. Roy with another huge save.
And that was another face-off victory for the Yellow Jackets, Noah. You really got to wonder if that's an area that they might need to practice a little bit more.
Absolutely, that one is going in favor of Georgia Tech more so. But that one, however, as we were talking about it there, partner, goes to the Blue Raiders.
Nothing like a good old announcer's jinx.
Battle in front of the zone, and MTSU comes away with it. They're out in center ice. That pass was not able to be handled. And MTSU keeps it in the zone. Huge play there from Palmer. He's able to keep it inside the zone, and they'll try and establish something here. And it goes back out to the neutral zone into Georgia Tech territory. A lot of back and forth action here at neutral ice, and it looks like we have something breaking out here.
Big line change for Georgia Tech.
Palmer trying to set it up, and he's got somebody across the ice. Tries to center it, nobody's home. And Georgia Tech just going straight through the MTSU defenders as they're on the skate. And here they come. Here comes Settle with speed. And he's crunched up against the boards, going to have to retreat. He'll be going to the bench looking for the change. Here comes Georgia Tech. They've got 3 against MTSU's 3. Back into Blue Raider territory, and that's going to go off a defender and almost be a shot on goal.
There's a few Blue Raiders down in that corner trying to take care of it.
And a couple Blue Raiders also coming out of off the bench for the line change, and now we've got a 2-on-2, and that shot was on goal off of Roy. And another one. 10 shots on goal and 10 saves so far for Roy, seeing a lot of action early on in this one. If he didn't finish his warm-up, well, that first period has let him finish that warm-up for sure as we're reaching the 11-minute mark in the first period. 9 minutes down, 10 shots on goal already for the Yellow Jackets. MTSU clearing it out of the corner, and they're going to be able to. He sends it across the way. Looking to go back to him. And center, oh, and a huge hit right there. And that is going to be called a penalty. Believe we have a roughing call.
There you go.
Looks to be a roughing call, and we'll get our first look at MTSU's power play tonight as they set up in the offensive zone.
I thought for a moment we might even get a high stick there, Noah.
It could have been. It could have gone either way.
Definitely a lot of contact up there high. Not something you love to see, but
no, definitely not.
Everybody's up and moving.
That faceoff goes in favor of MTSU. Play blown dead, though. We'll do it again. MTSU looking to strike first in this one as we still sit scoreless at the as we close in the 10.5-minute mark here in the first period of play. MTSU able to retain possession, and they'll try and center it out in front. And again, Georgia Tech is the only skaters out there to be found. Looks to cross and unable to handle the pass, and that's going to go out to the neutral zone. Georgia Tech on the ice there. And what a move there. Palmer putting on display why he is out there and in charge. Stalzer. Across the ice, nobody home. And once again, he's got it, and here he comes down the ice. Looking to do it on his own. And he runs right into a Georgia Tech defender. And now he's on top of him. That shot goes off. And we'll get a stoppage of play.
Noah Stalzer wasn't very happy about what happened on the previous play there, and he proceeded to poke check the stick out of the opposing player's hand. That was quite funny to watch.
That's that chippiness that you love to see in a good old hockey game. You know, if you get a bad call against somebody, then, or even if you get a no call against somebody, you might pay for it up against the boards here in the next couple seconds.
Absolutely. Can't let anybody walk all over you.
Colin Fessler just made that save. Hasn't seen too much action yet as the Yellow Jackets still lead the shots battle 10-4 now against MTSU, and they'll get the face-off and try and clear it out of the zone. They'll be able to do so, but Georgia Tech back in the neutral zone with numbers now. And just as I'm saying that, the Blue Raiders have to send it back into their own zone. Roy settles it behind the goal. Here comes Georgia Tech. That shot's not going to get through the defender's legs on that one. Trying to get a little too fancy with it.
And Ethan Rather took that puck right off the kneecap, it looked like.
Making sure those pads still work. That's all he was doing there.
That cannot have felt good.
Settle has seen a lot of ice time in this one.
Shot deflected.
And here comes Georgia Tech. They got it centered up and unable to handle as the shot goes just wide off the mark. Didn't get as much on that one as he wanted, as there's a centers it up again, and what a shot there, getting through all the traffic. Roy off the pad though, and Georgia Tech scores. Cross crease from the corner, out right in front of the goal, and the Yellow Jackets take the early lead. All that pressure that Ethan Roy was under and all that traffic out in front of the goal, somewhere that was a recipe for disaster, Grant.
Certainly. He took the shot off the right leg and then back to the left side of the post and took that one, and eventually you just can't keep going back and forth. Got to get some help.
Between the 13 shots on goal that Roy has already had to handle, the defense is going to have to start to play catch up a little bit.
Kitzmiller will take the face-off for MTSU, but they'll do it again.
Saw a lot of clean face-offs last night. We've already had a couple that we've had to redo here in the first period. As here comes the Yellow Jacket. Here come the Yellow Jackets once again. Roy has to handle that one, and that one will go out of play.
Something in me just thinks that Roy could definitely help this team win this game if they're just able to give him some more opportunities to take a breather, you know?
Absolutely. He's had to have his eyes wide open this whole game. It seems like most of this game has been in the Georgia Tech zone. As MTSU looks to clear it, they just can't get anything clean going down the ice. Having to battle for every inch here. And it looks like we're going to get an offsides there on the Blue Raiders side of the blue line.
Quick little line change for the Raiders. Albanese and Knights come off.
Stalzer and Settle, Palmer, Banis, and Hogan on the ice right now for the Blue Raiders. And right out in front, Roy has to cover it once again. So much pressure there from the Yellow Jackets. And MTSU's defense just does not have an answer tonight. As we close in on the 7.5-minute mark here in the first period. Face-off goes to the Blue Raiders. That has started to go in their favor, though, as of recent. Past 3 have gone to MTSU.
They certainly
Tries
have.
to send that out to neutral ice. Didn't mean to cut you off there, partner. Stalzer on the attack. The official's arm is up. As we'll have another roughing call. And that one will go against MTSU, as we'll see Georgia Tech's power play unit come out for the first time tonight. And this power play unit, like we were talking about pregame, Grant, a lot of action last night and a lot of success. Again, somewhere that tallied into that 8-goal lead. Or not 8-goal lead, 8-goal total.
Absolutely. This unit got to start its season off right last night.
Saw a lot of ice time last night, built up a lot of confidence, something MTSU did not want to happen. Need to be more disciplined tonight. Tries to center that one up, and MTSU is there to answer. Here comes Settle, and he's going to hand it off to Wrench, who has to send it out into uncharted territory as Georgia Tech comes back with it and has their offense set up now inside Blue Raider territory. And that shot's going to go off Roy's shoulder and be knocked away, and he knocks another one away right out in front of the net. Again, Roy playing very impressive. And he gloves that one, and we'll get another stoppage of play. 17-4 shots on goal now. Clearing attempts not going in the favor of MTSU early, as Georgia Tech wins that one. And MTSU coming down now 2-on-2, it looks like. And he's got a man behind him if he can navigate through traffic, and he tries to do it on his own, unable to handle it. MTSU retreating back now. They've got guys in the neutral zone. Then there's a shot from Siciliano.
He's slippery, Noah. He was almost able to split those two defensemen.
Clearing attempt is successful.
And a line change for the Raiders.
Fessler handles it and gets it to his centerman behind the net. Goes out to the winger. Cross the ice, and here come the Yellow Jackets once again. Has a man at center, but unable to handle it, as here comes Palmer down the ice, and he has some speed to him. He's going to get a shot on goal. It's going to take the goaltender out of the net, but unable to handle it there.
Georgia Tech regroups.
Here they come again. Another shot going off of another Blue Raiders leg there. Clearing attempt. Stalzer has it at center ice. What a pass there to Settle, as here he comes. Tries to get the shot off, and it's blocked. Good poke check there from the Yellow Jacket defender. MTSU starting to play a little bit more conservative on defense. Official's hand goes up. And we have an icing called on the play. We'll set up in Blue Raider territory now.
Sight that we've become very familiar to seeing down here in this first period.
Excuse me, no, we'll actually stay in Yellow Jacket territory, as MTSU's number 15 was called for penalty.
Just straighten out the lines here. Got a little bit of confusion.
And that was Jackson Rathert called on the penalty on that one. Puck gets sent down the ice as MTSU has been successful so far against Georgia Tech's power play unit. penalty kill has been great thus far for the Blue Raiders. Making Roy do some work, though, for sure. Minute and a half to go on the power play for the Yellow Jackets, and just 4 minutes left in this first period.
Wrench goes off. Palmer comes on for the Raiders.
And there goes Palmer as he throws his defender into the boards. And a battle against the boards here in Georgia Tech territory. Stalzer's looking to come away with it. Georgia Tech remains in possession. And that's going to go off of Roy's. And didn't know where it was for a second, but finally it gets out of that dangerous territory.
It's very easy to lose that puck in the midst of all those bodies.
And if you're Roy, you're thinking, is it under me? Is it on top of me? Is it beside me? Can't tell where
I'm Roy.
it is.
I'm hoping it's in my glove.
Absolutely.
Or on the other side of the
Here
ring.
goes Stalzer. He's got a one-on-one battle. This might be the best chance that the Blue Raiders have so far tonight. Gets a shot away and goes off the glove. A Fessler.
Just wide there from Stalzer. You can see he's definitely smelling the net again tonight, though. Noah.
Absolutely. Like we said, bringing that offensive firepower. And here comes Siciliano. And we have a buzzer that goes off for unknown reasons while MTSU was on the breakaway, what it looked like. Again, the official over near the PA announcer trying to get this figured out. And you can hear some of the fans underneath us saying, "We were gonna score."
All the players have grouped up together trying to figure it out as well.
No idea what happened there.
I think that was just an errant whistle. I'm not sure there was really a reason for
Well,
it.
it wasn't a whistle. It was the whole. It seemed like the period was ending for a second there. So play is stopped, and we'll reset in Blue Raider territory as we'll head to the face-off circle now. And that face-off is going to go in favor of MTSU as they're able to come away with it. Neiman able to handle it for a minute, but not anymore as the Yellow Jackets start to gain some speed now, coming down the far side of the ice. And we're going to get an offside call. Stoppage of play here with 2 minutes, 44 seconds to go. Again, the Yellow Jackets with the lead 1-0 as we go into the final minutes of the first period. Neutral zone face-off here. Goes to the Yellow Jackets. And they'll send it into the offensive zone. And he's got it out front, and the shot is going to go off of Roy's glove and back in behind the net now. Back and forth they go with the possession of the puck. Blue Raider lost his stick. And MTSU gets possession now, and they'll try and set up. And no, back to the Yellow Jackets. Out in front, Roy able to clear it, and here come the Blue Raiders. Big hit there in front of the Georgia Tech bench. Nobody's home on the hit there from Neiman as he runs straight into the boards with too much speed. Palmer tries to poke it away, and Georgia Tech still with possession. He's going to try and cross it. The pass wasn't there. Roy able to save it. Still in play, though. Behind the net, Roy tries to get the glove on it, and he does. Stoppage with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go.
Another good series there from Roy. You just got to wonder if he's going to be able to keep this up for two more periods.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy. It's more tension now as everybody's just thinking, is Roy going to be able to keep making these kind of saves, as you just said, partner? Stalzer in center ice tries to handle the puck. The Yellow Jackets get possession again as the defender goes down. Who's got it?
Lyndon
Palmer's got it. He's got one-on-one, and he scores! Knocks off the Gatorade bottle off the back of the net, and Lyndon Palmer puts the Blue Raiders on the board. Huge momentum swing for the Blue Raiders late in this first period, just coming off of the power play. The penalty kill gets the job done, and then MTSU back at full strength evens the tally. What a play to set that up. Beautiful pass, sets up Palmer, and he just goes in and does what he does best. Puts the puck in the back of the net. And here come MTSU again, breakaway once again. And what a save there by Fessler as he's able to sit on top of it. Another breakaway, though, just seconds after a successful one from MTSU. A lot of pressure now coming down in the Georgia Tech zone.
27, that's Matthew Siciliano again, Noah. He's, like I said earlier, he is very slippery. He's been making a lot of runs tonight.
Absolutely. Offensive zone faceoff for MTSU. Siciliano back in possession again. MTSU trying to keep it in the offensive zone and unable to do so. It's going to go all the way down to the other side. What a play there to get settled the puck, and here he goes. Tries to send it back to his man, unable to do so. Too much traffic in the way.
Poked away by Rathert, the captain. Nice save by Roy.
Great work there between Rathert and Roy. Roy with another huge save off the blocker. Settle in center ice. Looking to make something happen. They got numbers. It's 3-on-2. Pass was not there. That might have even been a wide shot. Here we go. They'll do it again. 20 seconds to go. Closing in on 15. Settle's got it out in front. He's going to set it up off the glass. Siciliano looking to make something happen. Georgia Tech behind the net trying to clear the zone, and they do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will be the end of the first period as MTSU rallies late to even the tally, and we walk away from the first period in a 1-to-1 battle. Grant, what did you see there from MTSU late that helped make the difference?
Well, they rallied, Noah. We saw at the beginning of the period Georgia Tech was, I hate to take the easy pun here, but swarming all over our own goal. And by the end of it, we were getting some quick breaks, some opportunities in our own offensive zone. Look forward to seeing more of that for the rest of the game. Absolutely.
The Yellow Jackets were on the swarm, but MTSU able to recover late in the first period to even the tally. And so with that, like you said, Roy, one of the huge bright spots for the Blue Raiders early on in this one as he was able to just make save after save, that number being 21, as he was able to make 21 saves on shots on goal during this one so far. But a huge outing for Roy and keeping MTSU in this one and able to build confidence on that and eventually go down and score a late goal. The penalty kill, another great spot for MTSU. Twice early in this first period, we talked about discipline being a huge thing for the Blue Raiders, but staying on the good side of that in terms of they didn't get a major penalty. 2 minors that they had to recover from, though. 2 power plays that they had to kill. They did a successful job with that, only allowing the 1 goal, and that wasn't even on the power play in this one.
Absolutely right, Noah.
And as we said, 1-to-1 total at the end of the first period. And with that, we'll take a break here. We'll step away. You're watching the MTN Sports Hockey Night with the Blue Raiders. We'll be right back on MTN Sports.
Here at MTN Sports, you could say we're a bit competitive.
All right, boys, I got a media pass for the big game this weekend. Who's covering it?
6 feet apart. Fight! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me guess. Who's shooting this weekend? The funny thing is, I've got 2. Oh!
I'm going to that game.
Welcome back to MTN Sports with Blue Raider Hockey Night here at the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston. And actually, we have a report from Ryan downstairs, ice side. We're going to send it down to him now. Ryan, are you ready?
Down here on the ice, it's been a great experience. The crowd's been right behind them. We got to talking to Coach Rathard before the game, and he said that his team played out of character. A lot of penalty minutes last night. Trying to clean that up tonight. A few times in the box, but we got out of it. And we just saw the momentum kick in with Lyndon Palmer's goal with 90 seconds left. Try to keep that up. And guys, what do you think about that stoppage of play? MTSU Rowdy Raiders, we're about to score. Random buzzer goes off 3 minutes. Noah, Grant, what do you got?
Yeah, we had a random buzzer go off in the middle at the 3-minute mark, and it looked like MTSU was on to something there for a minute, Grant, but a weird stoppage of play. But no better way to recover from that than just 90 seconds before the final buzzer. The actual buzzer to end the period goes off to get on the tally.
Absolutely no. Yeah, Ryan, you were not the only one that thought that was a bit strange. We were onlooking as the players grouped up at the center to try to figure out what's going on themselves. So hopefully the refs clean it up in the next few periods and we don't have any more confusion like that.
Absolutely, and we talked about one of the big keys for MTSU, staying disciplined. Last night we saw those penalties and what they did to them last night as they fell short 8-4. Tonight, though, going into this one, same look through the first period and even play. Last night it was 3-3. Tonight 1-1. A lot less a show and tell as we're seeing a lot less tallies go on. A lot cleaner play here from MTSU, but from the Yellow Jackets as well.
Absolutely, and you know, in any kind of series where you play multiple games in a series, you get to become more familiar with your opponent. So as they settle in, they're going to get to feel out how the lines are switching, how the units are converting on those plays that they've drawn up. So, yeah.
Great look so far from MTSU, though. Great way to recover from last night. No better way to come out from an 8-4 loss than to come out and keep the tally even, especially through the first period. We love to see those early signs of confidence. You can't say enough about Ethan Roy in goal tonight, though. Already with 21 saves out of 22 shots, and a lot of the first period was spent in the Georgia Tech offensive zone. So much pressure put on him, but he steps up to the plate just like any leader on this squad would.
Absolutely no. Ethan Roy ate some in the chest and the knee and the leg.
He took some off all of them. I mean, he had one go off of his forehead for crying out loud.
Every pad that exists for the goalkeeper was utilized in that first period.
I mean, I'm surprised he's not a catcher in the Major League Baseball from some of the ones that he's gloving, man. I mean, you know those are coming in with some huge exit velo.
Absolutely. I just hope the Blue Raiders, Siciliano particularly, we mentioned Stalzer earlier in the show. We'd love to see them get some more pressure and maybe flip that around to the
felt like we were saying
Georgia Tech goalkeeper.
Absolutely, yeah. It felt like we were saying Settle's name a lot, calling his number, saying he was out on center ice in the breakaway. Would love to see him get on the tally tonight again to match his efforts from last night. He had a goal in Game 1 of this series. We'd love to see another one from him here tonight as well. But Stalzer, we saw him get going already in this one. Not able to get on the scorecard yet, but he was stopped in his tracks a couple of times, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see a Stalzer hat trick through the weekend in this one as he's looking to get on the scorecard again tonight. We're just a few minutes away. They're on the Zamboni out on center ice at this point. We've got about 8 minutes to go before we're back here. But with that being said, we're going to send it to another commercial break. We'll be right back with more of MTSU Hockey Night right here on MTN Sports.
Here at MTN Sports, you could say we're a bit competitive.
All right, boys, I got a media pass for the big game this weekend. Who's covering it?
6 feet apart. Fight! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me guess. Who's shooting this weekend? The funny thing is, I've got 2.
I'm going to that game.
Getting ready to do battle once again here in the second period of action back here at the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston, the rest of our MTN crew here for Game 2 of MTSU's long hockey season as they started out 0-1 last night, looking to get into that win column for the first time this year here tonight. Grant, like we talked about during the intermission break, a lot of back and forth going on between MTSU and Georgia Tech, but we'll see how action unfolds here in the second period as we get going here. And once again, we start out in the MTSU Blue Raider zone. A lot of confidence that they had going into the break, Grant, but now here we go. MTSU back on the strike. First time into the Georgia Tech offensive zone tonight as icing is the call on the play as Roy's glove goes up. I got to tell you, Grant, one of my favorite parts about being here this weekend has been talking with the MTSU resident PA announcer. They call him Jeff. And I've just loved, kind of the music and the stuff that he's got going on throughout this weekend, throughout some of these games. Just right there, we heard Sweet Caroline going on during the icing call. Great atmosphere here in Antioch. Yep, absolutely. MTSU looking to recapture possession here as the puck sits behind the Georgia Tech net. Oh, and a huge hit in front of the Georgia Tech bench. A settle goes down, and there's a penalty on the play. We'll get a roughing call. And the Blue Raider power play will get another chance to strike here early in the second period of play. Huge hit, though. Jarring collision, and glad to see Settle get up and walk away from that one.
28 Navy and Gold was not happy about that call.
No, definitely not. Nobody on that Georgia Tech bench was. Big tie-up as it goes out in front of the Georgia Tech net. And right in front of the Blue Raider bench, a penalty called again. We might get a double call here. We might get two.
Looks like tripping there, Noah.
And number 10 for the Blue Raiders not happy about that one as he throws the stick into the bench.
Got some sticks getting tangled up around some feet of multiple players there.
And it looks like now number 10 for MTSU will be out 2 minutes as now we have 4-on-4 hockey going on. With the exchange of penalties early, it'll be interesting to see what happens here as we get our first look at a 4-on-4 opportunity tonight for the Yellow Jackets and the Blue Raiders. They gather up around the face-off circle, and here we go. Possession goes to the Yellow Jackets. They'll take it at the blue line. Able to keep it in the offensive zone as he sends an airmail down to the wall. MTSU able to clear it, though, and he might have a little bit of room. It's going to be a race to the far goal. And that's going to go off Fessler. And
guess who, Noah? Siciliano.
Siciliano.
I'm telling you, I think he's going to get one in tonight.
We'll see. He's definitely on the strike here as he is puck hunting for this. Putting on that defensive pressure deep in the zone for the Blue Raiders. A minute 15 on the Georgia Tech penalty, a minute and 20 on the Blue Raiders penalty. As icing is the call, and we'll reset inside Georgia Tech territory. A couple of huge physical plays early in this period. Some tone setters, perhaps?
No doubt, Noah. Settle took a shot there in the early going.
Absolutely, as we see a skirmish on the boards. Puck is sent over in front of the Blue Raider net, and it's a race to it. Official's arm stays down, though. No call on that. Georgia Tech's head coach wants to know why. Possession for the Yellow Jackets as they set up their offense. Shot goes off the Blue Raider chin. Able to retain possession behind the net, and they'll set it up once again. He's got a man out in front. A dangle in between the legs, and they'll clear it once again to set it up. Missed on the pass there along the near side boards. Settle loses his stick. Trying to get it out to Thomas. It's 2-on-2. They've got a breakaway. And oh, what a save by Roy as he's able to get the blocker down and clear the corner of the net. Settle once again off the defender's leg. Stays in Blue Raider territory, though. And he's going to try and retain possession. Into the neutral zone we go.
Ethan Roy still on form here in the second period.
And we've got a offside called on the ice. We'll reset in the neutral zone here.
Yet again, another face-off here in the defensive zone.
And both teams are back to full strength now as both those power plays expire. Or the time on both of those penalties expire, I should say. Three minutes into this second period of action. A lot of back and forth going on. Oh, and that one goes off Roy's chest. Didn't know where it was. It went up in the air, but MTSU able to recover. Siciliano, what a pass out in center ice, and he's going to knock it off Fessler's chest pad. And they've still got it. MTSU still in possession, back and forth. A lot going on behind the net here. Georgia Tech able to grab possession, and he sends it out to Hogan, who's in a blue jersey, not a white one. And Siciliano with possession again. He gets a shot off. Puts it right in between the blockers of Fessler. MTSU looking a lot like Georgia Tech did in that first period of play. Maybe it's just something on this side of the ice, Grant.
I guess so, Noah. Yeah, they've been able to put up a few shots here at the beginning of the period.
Oh, and he goes for the dirty dangle, trying to split Roy's pads. Unable to do so, though, as Roy's able to cover it, and we'll get a stoppage of play here. 16-12 on the clock here in the second period. Still reading 1-1. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I believe they call that the 5-hole, and Mr. Roy has it locked down currently.
There you go. Absolutely. MTSU comes away with the face-off. Oh, excuse me. Georgia Tech is in possession as they'll have to retreat back to the neutral zone. Tried to take that one off the body to get back in possession. Unable to do so, though. The Yellow Jackets swarming towards the puck. MTSU coming with some speed, though, to bring the defensive front. Sends it over to Thomas. Thomas back into the offensive zone. That puck is going to be deflected. Battle for possession here in the neutral zone. It looks like number 44 is going to come away with, and no, he retreats back, and Georgia Tech has possession inside their offensive zone. Here come the Blue Raiders. They've got a 2-on-3 as they'll try and switch it out for the line change. Able to do so successfully. Good clean look. 5 Blue Raiders make it back on. Stalzer. First time we're seeing him in the second period here.
Cleared around by Georgia Tech so they can complete their line change.
And he just about loses it on that one. Great job to be able to shuffle the play. That first line out here for the Blue Raiders now. Palmer puts his man into the glass. And he retains possession here along the near side boards as he's looking for Stalzer at the blue line. And Palmer doing it on his own here now. He shreds through the Georgia Tech defenders looking for the wraparound goal. He's not going to get an angle on Fessler. But wow, what a move there from Palmer. And look, he's got it again. He gets it into the zone. Stalzer on the rush. There to meet the Georgia Tech defender. Good defensive pressure here as Roy's going to be forced to cover. Nope, going to let it go. Sends it back out, and Georgia Tech retains possession. MTSU, they're shredding down the ice with a lot of speed here, and that's going to go right into Fessler's glove. Big stoppage of play there. A long run without a stoppage. Start to see some fatigue come into play here.
Certainly. The Blue Raiders have definitely gotten some more shots in Fessler's face this period, and we hope that certainly continues.
Back in the face-off circle, about 3 minutes away from the midway point of the second period. And MTSU starting to get some offensive pressure in now, and he's going to run right into the goal, and there will be a stoppage of play. And no, they'll keep going. Official's hand is up on the near side. Waved off.
Nifty use of the skate there by 32 in blue.
MTSU with possession now behind their own net. Looking to set something up, looking to set up the breakout. And they're going to do it efficiently and quite quickly as well. Trapped in the corner once again, trying to get it out center. Back to the corner, and now out to center ice. Siciliano puts his body into his defender, but unable to come away with the puck as well. And a shot goes behind the net, and Settle throws his stick out against the near side boards. Needs a new one. Comes out for a change instead. MTSU on the strike here. Broke the handle on the stick. That's what happened there.
Looks like he might have had some help with that, too.
Oh, definitely. Perhaps from a Yellow Jacket. Georgia Tech setting up now on the near side boards. Behind the net now. Palmer tries to clear the zone with it, unable to do so, off the Georgia Tech defender. Albanese trying to get away for a line change as he dumps it into the zone. Stalzer sends it to Thomas. Thomas back into the zone. And icing will be called, even though it looked like two MTSU players were down before Georgia Tech was able to get there. Bad call on that one.
Yeah, another questionable look from these boys in stripes tonight, Noah.
Absolutely.
Ethan Roy getting a little bit of an explanation.
I told TJ to have him stay on air and stall until you get that information further.
And with the icing called, some illegal substitutions looked like were made. And so the other line for the Blue Raiders having to come back out now for this faceoff.
Yeah, I know. I want you to do it again. My game is going to lose.
Faceoff in the Georgia Tech zone. It's going to be sent around the boards. And Stalzer in a battle. Unsure who has possession right now. Georgia Tech comes away with it in the neutral zone. They dump it into the zone. MTSU able to clear the zone, and here they come. He's got a 2-on-1.
Knights up the left wing.
Oh, and Knights loses his balance. Oh, and a big hit there from Palmer. Sticks are flying, and so are bodies. As Roy with a huge save, as that's going to go out of play and into the netting for another stoppage here at the 10-minute 40-second mark. That shots on goal margin starting to get a little bit smaller now as the Blue Raiders closing in on 15 shots on goal.
Lyndon Palmer had a fantastic poke check there to stop a free rush.
Face off inside the Georgia Tech offensive zone, and that'll be blown dead nearly immediately. We'll do it again. And that one's going to go to the Yellow Jackets as he is cornered by some Blue Raiders. hungry for the puck, and it's Palmer once again. Here he comes, trying to get around the defender, and he does, and Fessler is the last line of defense, able to make the stop on the play. And once again, Palmer right out in front. He's got 3 defenders on him, and he's doing it on his own.
I love it. They just can't keep in front of him.
And Taylor, there he is. Jackson Taylor out there on the near side now at center ice. And, oh, bodies are flying once again. Able to recover and dump it back into the zone. Fessler has to make a save off the blocker. We're in the neutral zone now, and settles it. And that'll be a dump in from neutral ice. Icing will be the call. MTSU just being a little reckless right now with possession. Looking dangerous at points, but at other times some questionable decisions there from the backcourt. Shifting possession a lot early on after the face-off. Roy having to make another huge stop. He's shifting his focus back and forth. Slap shot from the top of the key. No good. MTSU, there goes Palmer. Once again, he's streaking down the near sideline. He gets it over to Stalzer, who's bumped on the play. Back to Palmer. Off Fessler. Palmer dumps it back in deep into the zone. It's behind the net, and Stalzer once again with possession along the near side boards, and he goes down. We're going to get a penalty called on the play.
Tripping, it looks like.
Tripping indeed, and a little extra chippiness after the whistle as the Yellow Jackets end up on top of Stalzer. That penalty will be a tripping, be a 2-minute minor, and MTSU's power play back on the ice, deep in the Yellow Jacket territory.
Will this be the first time that we get to see the Blue Raiders power play unit
we had
unopposed tonight?
I believe so.
Let's make some magic.
Rather at the top. Send it down to Settle. And that'll be cleared by the Yellow Jackets.
A big waste of time on the power plays. Rather can't handle that pass.
Here he comes, though, trying to make up for it. Coming down the ice, and that's going to be off of a Georgia Tech skate. Down into the zone, and they're once again deep in the corner on the near side. Settle looking for possession here. He's going to get it. They're going to send it to the top of the zone. Hogan to Wrench. Once again to Settle in the corner. Wrench has it. And here comes the Yellow Jackets. 2-on-3 looking to slow it down. They get it back into the tip. And they're going to clear it down the ice. MTSU looking for something here, looking for some success on the power play. That'll be blown dead. Icing on the play called on the Blue Raiders with approximately 50 seconds left on the power play. Closing in on the 8-minute mark in the second period, just over halfway through this one. Still sitting at a 1-1 score here at the Ford Ice Center. Possession goes to the Blue Raiders, and they'll get it out to the neutral zone. Stalzer with possession. He gets past the first defender, looking to go behind the net, unable to make the pass. That one's going to stay in the zone. Slap shot from the top. Deflected, and now Palmer back in the neutral zone. Georgia Tech with possession. It's going to be cleared down the ice. Palmer with it once again. Siciliano looking to get past Fessler, and it goes just wide.
Man, he sure knows how to weave his way in between those last two defensemen.
He's got their number for sure.
I'd love to see him connect here on one.
Siciliano tries to get it out to Palmer, and he does. Palmer looking.
Nifty spin there.
Gets it over to the right side, off of Fessler's pad. Still in play here. Palmer unable to track that one back out to the neutral zone. They'll have to retreat for a minute. Siciliano getting nifty with it. And look, the goalie's going to come off the bench. They've got six offensive players in the offensive zone.
Little miscommunication there from Ethan Roy and his coaches. They were calling him over. I wonder if they were going to try to put the
They were going to try to get the extra attacker out there, yes.
Interesting tactic here with only 7 minutes left in the second period.
Definitely. A very aggressive play there, trying to pull the goalie in this one.
I think some of those chances that you were mentioning earlier that they were taking offensively have given him some opportunities to put more shots up. So let's hope that continues.
I mean, to give Roy a chance to catch his breath doesn't sound like a bad idea to me right now. Palmer trying to keep it in the zone, unable to do so. Glad Roy's back there now.
Especially after making him skate all the way across the ice.
Palmer with possession and now cleared back down the ice. And MTSU will get another shot on the power play as that last stoppage ended up in another Yellow Jackets penalty. He loses his stick. 2 Blue Raiders there, still with a battle possession. And Roy dumps it back after the save. Looked like a missed tripping call there. Roy has to cover it, and he gets it.
Certainly looked like that should have been tripping, Noah.
Absolutely, especially right in front of the official. You have to wonder how that one gets missed. Throws his arms up in the air, and the MTSU bench did not like that one either. Roy definitely didn't, as he makes the cover shortly after. We'll head back to the face-off circle in Blue Raider territory once again. That one goes to MTSU. Wrench on the face-off win there. Oh, and a big hit there, jarring it from Settle, and what a deflection there. Wrench looking to make something happen. He goes across to Settle. Settle across the neutral zone. He brings it into the offensive zone. Offsides called on the play. Looked like Knights beat him to the punch. Just past the 6-minute mark here in the second period of play. MTSU back with possession as Hogan sends it down into the zone. Shot from the top of the key. And that one will be cleared. Rather with possession behind the net. Oh, and a big hit there against Wrench, right in front of the bench. Rather takes it. He's got a defender tracking with him. Settle. Tips it in to the zone. That'll be playable. Settle back in possession. Looking forward in the neutral zone. Settle to settle, you might say. And here come the Yellow Jackets. They've got 2-on-1. Roy covers it. What a save. Big 2-on-1 breakaway chance there that develops rather quickly. But Roy, that last line of defense, been great for the Blue Raiders. Shots on goal down to 21-31, just a 10-shot margin. Separating them now. We've seen that the Yellow Jackets have over half the amount of shots that the Blue Raiders have. More than double, I should say, as Stalzer with possession now deep in the offensive zone. He's battling for it once again. Thomas looking to get possession behind the net, and he does. Gets it past the defender. And that shot's going to go off Roy's elbow, it looked like. It's going to be sent out in front of the neutral. Oh, and what a save. He puts his body on the line. That's Lyndon Palmer.
What a sellout for the block there.
Drops his stick, but finds it once again, and look who has the puck. And there he goes. He's got one man to beat.
Palmer shoots up the wing.
And he's got Stalzer waiting for him. And he's going to go down on the play. No whistle. Stalzer tries to keep it. What a hit there from Settle.
Man, no, this game is getting very physical very quickly here.
Line change for the Blue Raiders. Thomas flips it over. The Yellow Jackets able to retain possession, though. Tips it in. That's a clean dump. A battle behind the net. MTSU able to send it back in behind the net once again. Big hit there. Huge collision behind the Georgia Tech net. And here comes Georgia Tech now. They've got numbers 3-on-2. Roy with the cover and the save. Georgia Tech now starting to bring that pressure back that we saw early on in this one. As we'll see fresh legs come out for both the Yellow Jackets and the Blue Raiders. Closing in on the 3-minute mark. 17 minutes played here in the second period. The Yellow Jackets with possession. They're tossing it around. Across. And that's going to go just wide. They've got it behind the net once again, and a shot just from inches away, unable to get the clean cover. Waiting for the call. They'll call the play dead. Roy had it covered, looked like it picked his glove up for just a second, and then the puck was tipped back out into play. So they'll blow it dead after the cover, and we'll go to the face-off circle in the Georgia Tech offensive zone.
Looks like Roy might be readjusting some of those straps on his mask as well. That might be another reason for the extended stoppage here.
He's seen a lot of action. Gives the official the indicator he's ready to go. MTSU back with possession. Goes back to Georgia Tech. They'll set up from the top of the zone. And that shot's going to be deflected multiple times before it gets to the backboard. MTSU looking to clear it out of the zone, and they do just that. Stalzer spins around the defender, looking to get possession, and he's got it. Poke check clears him of possession. Settle had it for a second. Unable to keep it, though, as we see White down here on the near side. And that's going to be a goal from Georgia Tech. Right inside the far face-off circle. Shoots it. Roy unable to track it as too much traffic once again out in front of the net. Great shot there from the forward.
Roy had a blue and gold haze in front of him there and just lost it in the traffic.
Absolutely. And with that, we're just under 2 minutes to go here in the second period, and Georgia Tech takes a late lead in the second period. They now lead 2-1.
Another late goal in the period, probably weighing very heavy on the mind of the Raiders at this point.
MTSU back in the offensive zone here as Thomas dumps it back in, and that's going to be out neutral. Out in center ice. Thomas again with another shot from the blue line. No good. He has his stick in the air. He's ready for his third. That one's not going to get through the defenders, though. Weird angle on the shot. Buried in the corner now. Trying to settle it back down. Gets it back behind the Georgia Tech net. Back to the near side. Thomas once again has possession. Looking to get something on net. One minute to go here in the second period. Thomas once again.
Let's see if MTSU has the opportunity to even up late like they did in the first period.
It's been a long time since the Yellow Jackets have had a line change. We'll see if it comes into play here as they enter the offensive zone. Roy has to take that one off the blocker. MTSU, here they come. He's got Kitzmiller down on the far near side. Kitzmiller Gets away from his defender. That shot is going to go into the 5-hole. Not quite all the way through, though, as Fessler able to handle that one. Cover, save.
Fessler clasping his hands, bowing his head in prayer that didn't slip through the 5-hole. I'm not sure he knew if it was in his glove or in the back of the net.
Looked up in disbelief for just a moment, didn't know where it was, able to track it now. 24 seconds to go here in the second period. Back inside the face-off circle again. MTSU with possession, shot right off the face-off, no good, just wide, off to the right. There from Banas. That one's going to get some airtime in front of the bench, and here comes Stalzer. Oh, and that's going to go off one of MTSU's players themselves. That shot went off either the headpiece or high on the shoulders. That one looked like it went off Stalzer himself. As that's going to do it at the end of the second period. MTSU finds themselves trailing in this one, still 2-1. Grant, what did you see there develop in the second period of play? What was different from MTSU versus the first period versus the second period?
Well, Noah, we had a lot more opportunities to score from the Raiders, a lot more shots on goal. As you mentioned earlier, those opportunities are starting to even up. We have a lot more chippy game. I mean, we've seen some chest-rocking, earth-shattering hits here.
Absolutely. What we've also seen is a couple of questionable calls from the officials tonight. We saw a couple of those tripping calls. We saw a couple of roughing calls that could have gone either way, but with the way that they did, definitely a huge momentum swing and a lot of different emotions going on as we get deeper into this second game. Again, the familiarity, like you talked about, between Georgia Tech and MTSU, they're getting a lot more comfortable with each other and being okay throwing each other around on the ice out there. And you can see all the coaches getting animated into this one as well, even on the benches. Sticks are flying, bodies are flying. We said that multiple times throughout that second period of play. Just seems to become a more physical kind of game the deeper we get into it, and the fatigue, like we talked about earlier, also becoming a factor in this one.
You're certainly right, Noah. The one thing I noticed a lot this period as well is the emotion from the benches. Like we've said, we've been over the officials, but the coaches, the animation from the players, I think this is just a testament to what we're going to get the rest of the season with this Rowdy Raider hockey team.
Absolutely, and very good to see Ethan Roy able to keep the shots on goal in front of him and definitely able to settle the puck down, know when to cover it, know when to keep it in play to get it back to his defenders so he can get going on the breakaway, give him some time to get some rest as well. But Fessler on the other end in goal, very impressive outing for him as well, able to keep MTSU's count to 23 shots on goal on net, and able to keep just one of those from going through.
Man, no, I'd love to see 23 goals for the Raiders.
Yeah, I would as well. If they could, I'm pretty sure it's gotten close to happening before. I believe they've had almost 20 goals in a game once before. Hopefully we'll see some of that later on this season. However, I don't think that's going to be the case against this Georgia Tech defense, though, because they are playing physical and they are playing aggressively, not letting MTSU get an inch on that ice easily at all.
Yeah, definitely not going to happen tonight. The Raiders, I think the Raiders have to kind of get those plays going. Like, we've seen a lot of those opportunities to slice through the defenders as a one-on-two, but really kind of draw up those plays, settle down, and kind of get moving into the offensive zone.
Definitely. We're going to go to break real quick, but when we come back, we'll have a report with Ryan on ice side as he'll join us and give us an intermission report as we get ready for the final 20 minutes of play here at the Ford Ice Center. You're watching MTN Sports with Rowdy Raider Hockey Night here in Antioch. We'll be right back.
Here at MTN Sports, you could say we're a bit competitive.
All right, boys, I got a media pass for the big game this weekend. Who's covering it?
6 feet far. Fight! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me guess. Who's shooting this weekend? The funny thing is, I've got 2.
I'm going to that game.
Welcome back to Blue Raider Hockey here on MTN Sports. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston. The score is 2-1 in favor of the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech going into the final 20 minutes of play here in the third period. But now, Grant, we have the chance to hear from Ryan Martonovich once again as he's got another update for us. Ryan, what you got?
Hey, yeah, guys. Got to talking to both coaches. Georgia Tech's coach, Terranova, really liked how he played. Especially gave credit to Ethan Roy over here on our side of the goal. He mentioned he really wanted his players to utilize all 200 feet of the ice, trying to break up all the plays, pass plays, really trying to make sure they don't get on their end. Coach Rather had kind of the same thing to say. He just wants to make sure his team plays with the same composure the last two periods. Really wants to make sure, hey, we have 20 more minutes. We're still in this. We had a lot of opportunities. We just got to capitalize on them. Guys, back to you.
60 minutes of play, that's the message that Martin was trying to give us as he's saying, Ethan Roy, he's been able to be a brick wall for the Blue Raiders for the first 40 minutes. I mean, almost 40 shot attempts, and he's only allowed 2 of them to go in. Same thing with Fessler on the Georgia Tech side of play here. Final 20 minutes, though, they're going to say a lot about the outcome of this game, just like last night. Last night going into it, we had nearly a tied game. 4 goals scored in the last 10 minutes of play. A lot can happen in the next 20 minutes, Grant.
For sure. I'm sure that Coach is not happy with the fact that Ethan Roy's had to eat so many shots. Not to demean his brilliant performance tonight, but when you see that many shots in the face of your goalie, you just realize that they can't keep that up all night. So let's give this man some help in the final period. Let's give this offense some juice. Let's kind of regroup and give it all to the Ramblin' Wreck tonight, excuse me.
Absolutely. It would be great to see MTSU light up that scorecard in the third period, just like the Yellow Jackets were able to do last night. Now, I will say, the blue line has not been favorable for the Blue Raiders. They've been having to keep it clear of that line, though, as they've been trying to either dump it back into the offensive zone or stay clear of the defensive zone on the other side, Grant. And like I said, those calls that have been those 50-50 calls, a lot of the times not gone in favor of the Blue Raiders. And you're starting to see that outcome. Again, going back to it one more time, talking about the fatigue that settles in, the cleanness of the line changes, the physicality as we go into this last 20 minutes, but then also the discipline. One of our biggest keys coming into this game was the discipline for the Blue Raiders, and that's going to have a huge impact on how they play the rest of this 20 minutes and eventually what the outcome will be at the end of tonight.
It certainly will, and to piggyback off of discipline, I think that stems from fatigue. I mean, we're getting to the end of 2 very, very physical hockey games here this weekend, so definitely looking forward to see how that plays mentally and physically on the boys in their last period on the ice.
Absolutely. The Blue Raiders, though, do need a positive note to go on the road with, and I say that because they're going to be on the road for the next month, Grant. They're not going to be back at home until the second week of October, and that is crazy to think. They've got almost 10 matches between now and then that are going to be on the road away from Ford Ice Center here in Antioch. And for Georgia Tech, they're going back home. So they're looking at this as trying to get a clean sweep against the Blue Raiders to build some confidence before they go back home to Georgia Tech.
Absolutely. I mean, this series to open the season is the building block for the rest of your season. So getting a win tonight is crucial.
Definitely a big first building block for the Blue Raiders as they try and capitalize tonight. We'll be right back, and when we come back on the other side of the break, we'll have the final 20 minutes of play here in the third period of action. You're watching the Blue Raider Hockey Night here on MTN Sports.
Here at MTN Sports, you could say we're a bit competitive.
All right, boys, I got a media pass for the big game this weekend. Who's covering it?
6 feet apart. Fight! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me guess. Who's shooting this weekend? The funny thing is, I've got 2.
I'm going to that game.
Welcome back to Blue Raider Hockey here on MTN Sports. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston. We're going into the final 20 minutes of play before that last buzzer sounds, and we'll know who the winner is in Night 2 of Georgia Tech and the Blue Raiders. Grant, going into this last segment here, what do you want to see from the Blue Raiders tonight?
Plain and simple, you got to find a way to make an opportunity to even this game up, and then yet again to seal it.
You got to find a way to win. Whatever you can capitalize on, wherever those opportunities are, that's what MTSU needs to do to be successful in this one. They find themselves behind once again going into the third period by 1 goal. They've got to stay on top of it, though, and not let this game slip away from them like last night's did. We want to see the Blue Raiders come out on top in this one and not let those last 10 minutes be the one that separate them as we get going here in the third period of play. MTSU has possession as we get started. They're working from left to right going down to the Georgia Tech net where Fessler sits in there once again. And that's going to be a goal right off the bat. MTSU wraps around and gets a man out front, and that is going to even the playing field as the Blue Raiders strike first here in the third period of play. 2-2, 19 minutes, 46 seconds. Grant, you know what that means? That only took 14 seconds off the clock into the third period.
14 seconds for number 14, Harvey Wrench. The Blue Raiders buries it off the deflection in the back of the net.
And that's going to be Wrench's first goal on this season. And what a great time for that first goal to come as Roy has to make his first cover of the third period.
No, we did not have to wait any time at all for that opportunity.
No.
We've got an even game here.
We absolutely do. Just like we were saying at the break, they've got to capitalize whenever that comes. And if that's 14 seconds in, that's when they needed to capitalize. Georgia Tech on the offensive strike here for the first time in the third. MTSU makes quick work of that, though, and here comes Palmer. And he's going to get one on goal. Fessler has to handle it, and that'll go out of play as Stalzer tries to make something happen on the far side. Still less than a minute in, and we're already going to be on our third face-off here of the third period.
Thankfully down in our own offensive zone. Maybe this will turn into another opportunity for a goal here.
Absolutely. If we can get a third goal here in the first minute of play, that would be fantastic. Palmer working hard defensively, and Taylor sends his defender down to the ground to clear the way for Settle, and Settle doesn't handle the pass well, as that's going to go off Rather's blocker. Excuse me, that's going to go off Roy's blocker as MTSU retains possession, or regains possession, I should say. Palmer, that's going to go off of the Georgia Tech defender.
You had it right, Noah. 22 in blue is Robert Settle, and his brother Corey is wearing 12.
Oh, there we go, as if it couldn't get more confusing. Georgia Tech through the neutral zone, and they're entering into the offensive zone now. 3-on-4 in favor of the Blue Raiders, and it dumps back in. Georgia Tech will look to re-establish themselves on the defensive side, and that puck gets a lot of hang time underneath it. MTSU able to capture it inside the neutral zone. Turnover in center ice. That's going to go behind the net, and it's going to go off the post on the second shot off the rebound. Georgia Tech with a lot of pressure out in front of the goal right now. Able to keep it in the offensive zone is number 28 at the top of the key. The battle behind the boards, able to keep it in the zone once again. Resettle, and here comes the shot. No good, off Roy's blocker.
Very nice save through traffic there.
Into the neutral zone. Georgia Tech recaptures possession. Through center ice, they're looking to get into the offensive zone once again. The Yellow Jackets want to regain momentum early on in the third period. Cleared once again. It'll be a long skate down, and it looks like MTSU is going to force them to play this puck and stay away from the icing call. Almost a big collision there. And we'll get an icing called on, or offsides called on the play. Kitzmiller didn't like that call, that he'll go to the bench. Stalzer, Palmer, Settle around the faceoff circle. Pass to Rathard on the near side. He dumps it into the offensive zone. Settle looking for it, and there goes Talzer. Lays out for that one, and it goes into the neutral zone. Georgia Tech's got numbers, 3-on-2. That's going to go off Roy's blocker, and again, out into center ice. Multiple shots coming in at Roy.
Lots of traffic in front of the net here. You have to love the effort from Lyndon Palmer tonight.
Absolutely, putting his body on the line and also getting on the score sheet early in this one. Close shot right there from number 23 for the Yellow Jackets as Roy nearly let that one through. Big time slap shot there from just about 5 feet away from the goal. Roy covers the rebound. Stoppage of play.
Looked like a game of pinball there for a minute. No, nobody was really able to collect the pass.
Absolutely. Georgia Tech with the early momentum here. Even though MTSU has the score, they've stayed in the offensive zone for most of this third period. .28 at the top of the key for the Yellow Jackets. Big hit there, jarring collision. Puck is loose. Shot out in front of the net. Taylor clears it. We stay in play, and a huge hit there from Settle. And that's going to be covered from Fessler.
What a save from the Georgia Tech goalkeeper.
Wrench thought that one was through for sure.
And how could you not?
He was almost 10 feet outside of the goal and was still able to come away with that one.
Fessler continues his dominant weekend.
Faceoff goes to the Yellow Jackets. They'll take possession and head behind the goal. Big hit there from Settle along the boards. Rather down to Wrench. Wrench to Siciliano. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Out in front, no good. Roy gets in front of it multiple times. MTSU needs to get it out of the offensive zone here for Georgia Tech. Too much pressure right now. The Yellow Jackets doing a really good job of establishing this offense early on in the third period. A lot of traffic out in front of the net. It's still 2-2, just 5 minutes into the third period of play, and Roy with another great save.
No, I don't know if enough can be said about these two goalies here tonight.
Absolutely not. It is a goalie battle for sure.
Georgia Tech will look to regroup.
And they will do just that. They'll get it pinned deep into MTSU territory, looking to set up that offense once again. Sticks go flying. And we get a stoppage of play as the puck goes out of bounds. – 14 minutes to go here in the third period. Tied game. Georgia Tech leads shots on goal.
Rob Settle seems to be the Blue Raiders face-off specialist here in the third period.
Absolutely making good work inside the face-off circle.
I believe he's gotten every single one.
Bad pass there from the Georgia Tech defender, trying to set up his forward, unable to do so. They enter into the offensive zone. Stalzer looking to do it on his own. Georgia Tech off of Roy once again. Ethan Roy putting up a brick wall here in the third period, and that was almost off Rathert. MTSU finally starting to set up that offense once again. Glove save by Fessler.
Palmer almost hit that slap shot from the blue line.
Just trying to do something to create some offensive opportunities for MTSU, as it seems like they have lived in the defensive zone throughout the first few minutes of this third period since that opening goal. Faceoff once again goes to MTSU, and they'll work behind the net. Physical play there, back and forth between the forward and the defender. Back shot just wide from Wrench.
Cheeky little shot there from Wrench.
Absolutely trying to center it back up. Taylor gets a shot on goal. That one's going to wrap all the way around the ice. Rather, it has to reestablish possession. Taylor trying to dump it back in. No good. Roy pulls it in, makes a last-second decision to cover.
Just a few mincing of words there behind the Blue Raider goal. As Captain Ethan Rathert was tripped up there.
And the lyrics to the song right now say coming out of the cage, and that's what Roy had to do. He had to lay out outside the cage, outside the net to make the save.
Hey, Noah, that was a killer joke.
Oh, not so bad yourself, my friend. Again, more offensive pressure as Roy has to yet again cover it. We'll go back to the face-off circle. So many offensive opportunities for the Yellow Jackets here early. And these were shots that were going in late last night. Different story tonight, though, as the Yellow Jackets are able to score once again on the rebound.
Right on cue, the Jackets continue to pound goals in late in the game.
And as we close in on the 12-minute mark of this third period, yes, like you said, partner, right on cue, Georgia Tech able to retake the lead 3-2. MTSU is going to need to regain some momentum here to get the crowd back into this one. That's going to go just wide of the net, and that's going to be a shot from Stalzer as he tries to put one against Fessler's blocker. And that's going to go off his back, off his ankle, and now he gets possession. Right out behind the net, looking for the wraparound. Roy, it's loose. Whistles blow. Roy with another save. Very sneaky play there, looking for the wraparound, and it almost looked like he had the corner.
I thought for a split second that it did get through, but to no surprise, Ethan Roy gets that blocker out in front of it.
Georgia Tech nearing that 40 shots on goal mark. About halfway through the third period of play. Rathert off the face-off. Tries to clear the zone. MTSU not very crisp with their passing right now, costing them a lot of time on possession. Big hit against the boards. Another stoppage. Looks like we're going to get a power play for the Blue Raiders here on that hit that Rathert took up against the board. That'll be number 13 with the roughing call for the Yellow Jackets.
Still pleading his case with the referee there.
And he doesn't care to hear it. Absolutely not. MTSU, though, looking for that opportunity. The door is open once again for them to get right back into this game.
Let's live down here a little bit. Let's slow it down. Let's try to keep the ball in our offensive zone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, you could have used the word puck, which is the one I should have used.
I could have done that. You're right. Probably wouldn't have, though. And that slapper's going to go everywhere but to the net. So MTSU's going to have to reset here on the power play. Palmer looks for somebody over on the far side. Nobody home. Georgia Tech back with possession. Palmer once again on the steal in the neutral zone. He's got some room to work. He goes behind the net. Look at set up the offense here on the power play. Just keeps it in the zone. Shot off the pass, and that's going to be covered by Fessler.
Georgia Tech bench really wanted an offsides there, as Palmer was very close to the neutral zone when he let that last pass go.
Awareness of your location is very, very important, especially late into this game. Settle wraps it around to Stalzer. Stalzer looking for Banis. He's going to send it down deep into the zone. Stalzer once again looking for it. Banis on his knees. Can't retain it. Palmer back into the neutral zone. They'll have to restart. Just 40 seconds to go here in this power play. That's going to go off Banis' skate, and that might cost them the rest of this power play. They'll change out lines. Looking for Stalzer. He's got some speed going down the sideline. Roy's going to have to make a save on that one as he steps in front of that blue line shot. That was more of a clearing attempt than anything. Here comes MTSU with 15 seconds to go in the power play, looking to take advantage of that man advantage with Wrench, who's pinned up against the boards. 5 seconds left on the power play. On the line change, Georgia Tech. MTSU making a substitution as well, but Georgia Tech deep into Blue Raider territory as Roy makes the save. Juggling the puck here right out in front. Rather in the corner. Big hit there from Settle. From Corey Settle, yes. Georgia Tech looking behind the net to set up their offense once again here in the offensive zone. Shot goes wide and above the net. That one doesn't, however, as Roy has to make a play on that. Settle tries to find his man at center ice. No good. Right up against the benches now. Settle loses his stick. It's trapped on his skate. Sticks are flying all over the place. Neiman enters the game again, and Rathert goes down hard. Defender comes down on top of him. He loses his helmet deep into Blue Raider territory now.
Yeah, Rathert looking to dish out some punishment there, but he ended up getting the worst of it.
Looked to be a little shook up after that one as his helmet came off. Big hit.
Albanese up on the boards.
Trying to get some momentum back, trying to get control of this game once again are the Blue Raiders as we close in at the 7.5-minute mark. There's Jackson Taylor looking to make a difference out there. Huge collision. And that's going to go off an MTSU. It looked like it went off Settle's stick and right into Roy's glove. He's going to send it back behind the net and keep play alive. Thomas playing from the Army crawl position now. And the puck is still loose out in front of the net. And MTSU has two defenders, including Roy, all in the goalie's box, all over the place. Could have been an interference call easily. Stays alive, and Georgia Tech almost made this a 2-goal game.
I believe the skate of number 8, Thomas, is the only reason that puck wasn't able to find the back of the net.
So Thomas gets his first save of the season. As Georgia Tech is back out in front of the net, more of the same here from the Yellow Jackets. The pressure is on. MTSU looking to clear. He's got a man at center ice. Settled. Mishandled. Big hit up against the boards. Shot from the blue line.
There goes Matthew Siciliano down
Here goes
the wing.
Siciliano, and the shot is going to go wide. Missed the net entirely on that one. Icing is called off as the Yellow Jacket make it all the way down before the Blue Raiders can get down on the clearing attempt. Here goes Stalzer. Stalzer to Siciliano. Looking for that same look again. Stalzer mishandled the pass. Looking for a big turnover here. Roy, glove save.
MTSU doing a very solid job of marking their men right now, making sure nobody gets behind them, making sure that no opportunities arise here to make this deficit any bigger than it is.
Still, for me, too much time in the defensive zone for the Blue Raiders.
Oh, no doubt.
The cross-ice pass is good. MTSU looking to strike here. That shot's going to have to be deflected. We like getting those shots on goal. Fessler has to handle that one, and MTSU has a man down on the near side, on the far side. He's back to his feet. Looks like it's Palmer. Palmer up against the boards again, and he goes down. Still fighting for possession, though. One man to beat. Palmer off the goal post. Georgia Tech tries to clear, no good. Palmer down to Stalzer, right behind the net. MTSU caught in the middle of a line change, had a lot of offensive pressure. Had they had those bodies down there, and a lot of miscommunication there, as it looked like the rest of MTSU's squad was going for the line change. However, number 24 for the Blue Raiders, and that's Albanese, was looking to keep the offense going.
It's a very costly mishap with only 5 minutes remaining in this game here, Noah.
That'll be dumped into the zone. Big hit against the boards. Play blown dead. And that hit, which looked clean from our vantage point, is going to be called. And Georgia Tech will get a huge power play that'll take them in to the last 2 minutes of this game. Albanese called for roughing on another 50-50 call here. Huge momentum shift as the life was just brought back into Ford Ice Center, now sucked out of it once again.
Absolutely crushing Noah.
Roy with a save. Blocks that one away. Georgia Tech still with possession behind their own goal here. Behind the Blue Raider goal, excuse me. Tries to get it out in front, and he does. That one goes just wide of the net. Can't handle the clearing attempt, and here come the Raiders.
Goes Wrench, Siciliano on his left.
Wrench to Siciliano, and that is going to be blocked by a defender. It won't even make it back to the goaltender. Playing with a lot of speed here. Substitutions have to be clean at this point, and probably an ill-timed one. Oh, and that one gets through Roy, but the defender clears it out.
Just through the legs of Roy, and I'm not sure it crossed that red line, Noah.
But a stoppage.
The Georgia Tech offensive players are pleading their case to the ref, but I'm just not sure that went in. a saving breath for the Raiders.
That was a very close play here. Could have been a crushing blow. Potentially the icing on the cake for MTSU, nearly inches, keeping them in this game now. Need to get it out of the defensive zone. Remember, though, Georgia Tech still with the man advantage as we go into the 3:45 mark. Georgia Tech taking their time, making lots of spaced out passes. Again, continued pressure from the Yellow Jackets out in front of the goal here. Lots of back and forth. Roy has to cover it. Loose for a moment, but no longer as he gets on top of it. This power play down to the last 30 seconds.
Both sides will get some fresh legs on the ice.
MTSU not minding to let Georgia Tech take their time with this one on the power play, as it looks like they're almost out of time. But at the same time, MTSU is almost out of time altogether with just 3 minutes to go left in this game.
Right, they've got to get something going and fast.
Settle might have something. Looking to keep it away, and he's going to go down. No call.
Yeah, that was clean there. No, he just lost his footing.
Out in front. Roy has to cover once again.
And a big hit from Rob Settle, number 22.
A big hit indeed, and that power play has expired now for Georgia Tech. Huge momentum swing there for the MTSU penalty kill, as hopefully they can have all 5 guys out for the remainder of this third period, if not 6, with Roy being pulled here soon, I'm sure. Stalzer against the near boards. Rathert clears it from out front of the Georgia Tech goal. Here comes some pressure. MTSU, Stalzer, unable to handle it, had a lot of open ice in front of him. Roy going to be forced to cover this one once again. Stoppage of play with 2:17 left to go here in the third period. The Yellow Jackets still lead in this one 3-2. We talked about the shots on goal an awful lot last night, and here again, Georgia Tech with almost 50 shots on goal here in this matchup. Definitely want to keep our eye on Ethan Roy throughout the remainder of this game. He's going to be signaling over to the MTSU bench, trying to coordinate that extra attacker coming out for him to leave the goal.
Communication is key, no, if that play is going to work. We saw them attempt it earlier, not too much success though.
Again, Grant, one of the keys for the Blue Raiders in these last couple of minutes has to be getting some more time on possession in the offensive end. Way too much time spent in Georgia Tech territory. Get it to your playmakers and get one in the back of the net to even this up.
Absolutely. You're looking for 27, Siciliano. You're looking for
Stalzer for sure.
Stalzer's one of them.
Palmer's got a hot hand too.
Either one of the Settle boys.
Lots of playmakers on this squad. It could come from anywhere. The faceoff goes to Georgia Tech. They're not going to get in any kind of hurry. They've got a man deep. That's going to be a deflection and bounce off of Roy's chest plate, off of the MT. Here come the Raiders. He's got some room, looking to get a shot off. Goalie has been pulled. Roy's out of the net. The extra attacker comes on. 6-on-5.
It's Siciliano.
Siciliano tries to get one on net. Blocked away by the defender. And that one's going to go out of play. Siciliano shot gets deflected in the offensive zone.
Minute 42 remaining here in the third period. Live from the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee.
Again, that extra attacker will stay on as 6 Blue Raiders will gather around the face-off circle as Roy stays clear of the bench. The face-off goes to Georgia Tech initially, looking for some room to get a shot away. Off the goalpost, that could have been the game changer. MTSU not looking to get the goalie back out there. Staying with the 6 attackers. We're going to turn into 6 defenders. And that one goes off of Bain. Stoppage of play.
Just wide right there on that last shot. No, a blessing that neither of those went in.
Absolutely, and with that going completely clear of the net and not bouncing off of a goalpost on this one, that'll be considered an icing attempt, and MTSU back in their offensive zone.
What a break for the Blue Raiders.
Again, Roy staying on the bench here, 6 attackers out for MTSU. That one's going to be called dead as the deflection once again goes off of the Yellow Jacket defender. Lots of stop and go here in the last minute. 2 minutes, excuse me, as we're at the 1 minute 15-second mark. Georgia Tech still holds a 1-goal lead, 3-2, and a minute and 15 left in this third period of play. It doesn't get much better than this. MTSU gets the face-off off the draw. Out in front of the net, they have it. Trying to hold possession, Stalzer goes down. Looked like he was tripped. No call on that, stays clean. Wrench looking to gain possession. Stalzer has it. He's inside the zone. And they lose it. Trying to keep it in the neutral zone. Don't give them any kind of space. That's going to go off a glove. It's going to be a race to the net. Oh, and MTSU keeps it out of the net. 38 seconds to play.
That was Captain Ethan Rather.
Again, putting his body on the line here in this one. Just now getting back to his feet. 30 seconds to go.
Rather a little
That's going to be
up.
a deflection. There will be no icing called on the play. Huge collision behind the net, and MTSU has a player down. Waiting on a whistle. Finally, they get one. No penalty call on the play. However, we will stop for an injury.
An absolutely brutal hit there, Noah.
And it looks like that's Lyndon Palmer, number 9, down on the ice. Very scary moment here as he flew. It looked like head first into the wall. On the collision with the Georgia Tech defenseman. He's going to make it back to his feet, though. He looks to be okay.
Unassisted, you always love to see when players are able to get off the ice on their own power.
The helmet's going to come off, and it looks like he's going to be done for the night.
Well, if anybody deserves a break, it is certainly number 9, Lyndon Palmer. He has been putting it all out on the ice here tonight.
Not leaving anything out here tonight in this first homestand for MTSU. Just under 20 seconds to play here, and we'll be back in the neutral zone. MTSU gets the face-off. Georgia Tech turnover, though. MTSU's defense not letting anything through. 10 seconds to play. MTSU's going to have a shot.
One more shot. Can they make it go?
3 seconds.
It does!
It's in!
It's a goal for the Blue Raiders!
MTSU puts it in the back of the net with just 2 seconds left.
2
You've got to
seconds
be
left
kidding
on the
me.
clock.
You've got to be kidding me.
It is pandemonium here at the Ford Ice Center.
No way!
What a wild scene.
You never give up. We said it at the intermission. It's a 60-minute game. MTSU playing all 60 minutes as we're down to just 2 seconds left in this one. They pull in the back of the net. That one was for Lyndon Palmer.
Put that one on your highlight reel, sir.
You have got to be kidding me. Two seconds left to play, and we'll go to the face-off circle.
And this is just for courtesy, as they will. No, I take that back. There, nope, there we go.
They're going to stop play, and that means we're heading to overtime.
It caught me off guard for a second. The clock stopped again.
Zeros come across the board, but the score tally stays level. And as they'll prep for an overtime period, they'll stay on the benches. This will be an abbreviated intermission. And MTSU's goalie's going to come. They're going to switch sides.
One last time.
Or so we think.
Or so we hope.
What the hell is it? Yeah.
And this will be a 5-minute overtime period in this one, as it doesn't get much more crazy than this. It says the 4th period on the clock, and there's only 3 periods in hockey, Grant. This is overtime hockey, and it doesn't get much better than this. This is what you paid to see.
No, there are plenty of Rowdy Raider fans up on their feet.
The energy in this place is electric, absolutely. And with that, we've got a hit with Ryan down at rinkside, and so we're going to go down to him now and see what he has to say as we get ready to go into this overtime period, and the puck is just dropped. Ryan,
Guys,
what do you got?
I don't know about you, but the electricity is intense down here. That last 2 seconds, amazing. We got that goal in perfectly. Now, we got 5 more minutes. I don't know about you guys. I am pumped. I mean, the ice frozen solid, heat all around us. Guys.
The energy is electric, Ryan, like you said, and yes, while we are on ice, it does feel like a fire is burning here in Antioch.
In the overtime period, we have Thomas Stalzer and Lyndon Palmer on the ice with Roy in the net.
And Georgia Tech still on the attack mode as they are just continuing to put pressure on Roy in net. And again, 3-on-3 hockey here, so you're going to see a lot more spread out offensive and defensive looks as MTSU will get their first face-off in the offensive zone during the overtime period. Big hit, looking for the shot. It's going to be blocked by the defender.
That was Siciliano.
Siciliano trying to create some offense for the Blue Raiders on his own. He's going to get a cross crease from Neiman, and it's going to be blocked up by Fessler one more time. Huge save to keep this one going.
I'm telling you, Noah, I'm getting a little bit jumpy. I've called Siciliano to hit a goal tonight, and he is right there.
He's knocking on heaven's door for sure.
He is right there.
This is just remarkable. You never would expect something like this. And here we go. It's Jackson Taylor's tried to send it in, and it's going to go out of play behind the net as that was deflected multiple times.
I don't know. You can spruce that up if you want. That's what I got.
Something we like to see, though, MTSU staying inside the offensive zone, not down in Georgia Tech territory. You can only win the game on this end.
A new line of Raiders comes on, the Settle brothers and Bannis, it looks like.
The Settles have that chemistry. We'll see if they put it to play here. Corey pins his defender up against the wall, and here come the Yellow Jackets, swarming down the ice with speed. That's going to go off Roy's blocker. MTSU back in control. Settle, he's got him 2-on-1. Looked like a hold. Locked up at center ice for a while. Georgia Tech spreads it out a little bit, and they'll slow it down. Again, 3-on-3 hockey here. These are full-strength teams going into the overtime period, looking for the chance.
Oh, and a turnover
he gets
for
the
the
breakaway.
Jackets.
And that's
Settle.
going to be saved by Fessler.
Man, what a great opportunity for Robert Settle there on the fast break. Just couldn't bury that goal.
And Settle was actually signaling for a shift, looking for a substitution, threw his defender off guard, and then was able to be sneaky, get down inside the offensive zone and get a clean shot off and into Fessler's glove.
The
Great
dummy call.
offensive pressure, absolutely.
A whole new kind of deke.
Stalzer with a shot, and it goes just wide. Comes back into play. Palmer back out there on the ice with Stalzer. We've seen them going back and forth, connecting multiple times in this game, setting up a lot of MTSU breakaways. Do they have one more? Georgia Tech, 2-on-1. Nothing between him and the goalie. Rather gets back. MTSU, Palmer grabs it. He's on the breakaway once again. Here he goes. He's got one man to beat. He's on to his stick side.
Poked away at the last second there. Shot just high by Lyndon Palmer.
Rather, Palmer, Stalzer, all in for the Blue Raiders right now. This is their sharpshooting core. And as I say that, the line change. Here they come. That's Neiman.
Wrench, Bannis, Siciliano, the new Raiders on the ice.
Big save there from Roy. And here he goes.
Here goes Siciliano.
Does he have a step? Siciliano with a shot just off the goalpost.
An absolute howitzer that goes just wide left there, Noah.
A howitzer indeed. And that's going to go off Wrench's skate and stay inside the offensive zone. 2 Blue Raiders back. That shot goes just wide to the left side and back to the backboards. Wrench looking to set something up behind the Blue Raider goal right now. They're getting ready for the substitution. He goes out to Bannis. Bannis to Wrench one more time. Still in MTSU territory. Throws it behind him. Ill-advised pass. However, Georgia Tech gives it right back.
The Blue Raiders will try to collect it behind their own net.
And that's going to go just wide. Roy looking to cover it. It's still loose. There they go. It's going to stay in neutral ice and back into Georgia Tech territory. Great use of the wall there off the pass.
Mishandle there from Georgia Tech. Siciliano's got it going up the right wing.
Here he goes. He's not going with much speed. Looking to slow it down, set up in the offensive zone. Get some substitutions if they need it.
Just clears it to get some fresh legs out on the ice.
45 seconds to go here in the overtime period. Georgia Tech dumps it back into the offensive zone. 30 seconds to play.
Thomas sends it up the ice.
Thomas to Settle. Settle looking to win the foot race. Georgia Tech looking for the open option. They find him mishandled off the stick, though. Thomas sends it back out to neutral ice. They've got numbers.
Unlucky there with the sub coming on right in the middle of those two wingers.
2-on-1. He thought he had a man with him. He did not. That was a Blue Raider. And the overtime period comes to an end. Still even, 3-3. And with the conclusion of that one, we'll go to a second overtime period. Fresh legs will come out. The goalies will switch sides. This is wild. 3 periods couldn't do it. An overtime period couldn't do it. And we'll go again. 3-on-3 hockey continues. The atmosphere in this place is electric. They are going nuts here in the Ford Ice Center, and you can't tell me that this isn't an electric atmosphere. Lightning has struck this place, it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's definitely come down all to communication and technique. This fatigue is really affecting both sides at this point.
2.5 hours into game time, and that just hasn't been enough to settle it. And we'll go again. Enough cannot be said about Ethan Roy in goal tonight, as Georgia Tech's tally is still almost up to 50. 48 shots on goal tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Both Roy and Fessler doubled over, hands on knees. That's what I was saying, Noah. These guys are tired.
Absolutely. Oh, and it looks like we will go to a shootout now. After 3 periods of play in an overtime period, it's just not enough. Number 17 for the Yellow Jackets will go first. And he puts that one into the back of the net. Yellow Jackets strike first in the shootout. They lead 1-0. MTSU will be up next. It's Stalzer. Who else? With 2 goals last night, he's looking to get on the board tonight. Stalzer working from right to left. He enters the zone. And that's going to go just wide.
Great save glove side by Fessler.
MTSU still down in this one.
Georgia Tech lines up their second attempt.
Ethan Roy, if he needs to be big in goal, it's right now. And Georgia Tech is able to put that one into the back of the net once again. The Yellow Jackets take a 2-0 advantage here in the shootout. And with that, it comes down to this for the Blue Raiders.
Your alternate, Lyndon Palmer, lines up the shot.
Palmer unable to take that one, and the Yellow Jackets storm the ice. Fessler comes up huge in goal tonight for the Yellow Jackets as they are able to win it in a shootout. 3 periods of action couldn't do it. An abbreviated overtime period was not enough. And with that, the shootout and a 2-0 win in the shootout for Georgia Tech. The boys will line up and shake hands at center ice. They've done battle. They've gone to war in this one. And at the conclusion of this one, we end in a 3-4 victory for Georgia Tech. MTSU's Ethan Roy was huge in goal tonight, just unable to get it done tonight during the shootout. Lyndon Palmer and Stalzer for the Blue Raiders. 2 missed opportunities there in the shootout. Definitely were looking to get it done in the overtime period. However, it came down to a shootout. With the conclusion of the game, we'll be right back with the post-game show to wrap things up here from Antioch. You're watching Blue Raider Hockey here on MTN Sports.
Here at MTN Sports, you could say we're a bit competitive.
All right, boys, I got a media pass for the big game this weekend. Who's covering it?
6 feet far. Fight! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me guess. Who's shooting this weekend? The funny thing is, I've got 2.
I'm going to that game.
Welcome back to Blue Raider Hockey Night here on MTN Sports. Noah Brady joined alongside Grant Langston. And Grant, for those who just missed the last 20 to 30 minutes or just need it recapped and rehashed out, well, let's break it down. MTSU goes into the third period and evens out the tally 3-3, and then finally, after back and forth, the pinball action, which you called on earlier, Georgia Tech able to reseal momentum of this game, and it comes all the way down to the last 2 seconds of this game. We played 59 minutes and 58 seconds, and what does MTSU do? They score, and they level it up, and they take us into an overtime period. We stay even through an overtime period, 63 minutes of action, unable to do it. What do? They go to a shootout, and Ethan Roy just had enough of that one. Too many shots in front of him, and then we see him fall to his demise in the shootout.
Absolutely no. Both goalkeepers were doubled over right before the shootout began. You could tell that they were very tired. Like you mentioned, Lyndon Palmer with that scorcher off the deflection right before the end of the game. You and I were jumping up and down. Everybody in the arena was banging on the glass.
It was impossible not to be excited in this place. You could feel the electricity through this thick glass just right here behind our broadcast booth, partner.
Absolutely, and it definitely kind of sets the tone for the rest of the season. I mean, I want this crowd here. I want this team to have this kind of energy as long as we're here to cover it.
If MTSU can end up in these kind of battles every game throughout the rest of this season, I will look at that as a win no matter what side of the column we come out on, whether the winning or the losing, or if we come out in a tie. Had that shootout ended in a tie, it would have gone down as a tie, and that would have been a very unique call to make as well. However, MTSU, even though they come out on the losing side, still huge momentum swing going into this one, especially from that 8-4 loss last night. A great way to recover, going all the way through to a shootout period. Over 65 minutes of hockey played tonight, and that is a ridiculous amount. You don't see that often, and especially here in the Ford Ice Center in Antioch. MTSU, great momentum and a lot of things to look forward to going into the rest of this season, especially as they have a long road trip coming up where they're not going to be at home. They're not going to be at home for the next month till the second week of October. So with that, we're going to wrap things up here from the Ford Ice Center. From Noah, Brady, Grant Langston, and the rest of our team here at MTN Sports, thank you so much for joining us. A huge thank you to the Nashville Predators and the Ford Ice Center staff for hosting us here on opening weekend of Blue Raider hockey. Be sure to join us next time. You can catch all of our hockey streams and hockey action on MTN Sports Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and especially MiddleTennesseeNews.net/sports, the home of our broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time with more Blue Raider hockey here from the Ford Ice Center.